Hi guys, today's video I'm going to show you how to import export Excel file with React.js and Node.js API. So let's get started. Example, before start I want to show you the demo how it looks at the end. Okay, so let me go, and I already running the React application and Node.js server, and you can see that there is a product table with the name, price and description, and you can export it. If I click on it, you can see that I can export it. If I go, and now you can see that I have a file that's name, product, 123 id. So that means this is the export. Okay, and I can also import the file. So I already have opened the file like product demo, price is 50. So now let me go here and choose that file for import. So let me go here and just call products.xl and click on submit. Imported, and you can see that product demo, and there is a 50 price and product one. So that means this is very simple and basic import export example with React.js application and Node.js. Okay, now let's get started from the scratch. So if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel for more videos about React and Node.js. So now let me go to the terminal and create the fresh application. Front end we are using React.js and back end we are using Node.js, and we are going to create the product table, and we can import export the product. Okay, so now just let me create new folder over here. Okay, and that's called import export. Okay, and now let me go to that folder, import export. Okay, and let me clear it. And first of all, I'm going to create React.js application. So just I'm going to create npm create, and you can see that with configuration, and then this is the folder name like React frontend, and I'm going to use the template attribute. Now let me hit enter, and you can see that it is asking for which framework you want to use. So I'm going to use React, and which variant, so that means TypeScript. Okay, and then you can see that they have created. Let me go to the React front and just npm install to all the dependencies. Okay, so let's wait a moment to install all npm dependencies for React.js. Now you can see that all the dependency installed. Now let me run the project. Okay, npm run dev, and you can see that localhost 5173 the port. Just copy that and just go here, refresh. You can see that with plus React that's running. Okay, so this is very simple to install. Okay, now let me go here and let me open this project to VS Code editor. Okay, so just code dot, and you can see that there is one folder called React frontend, because later we are going to create for Node, like Node backend. Okay, and you can see that by default it's running app.txx file. Okay, so now just let me remove this entire stuff over here, and just I'm going to add one div, and inside that I'm going to add just test. Okay, and let me remove this entire stuff from here. Okay, because we are doing from the scratch. Just remove, save it, and let me go. You can see that there is just test. Okay, and now let me also remove this all index css. Just save, so make it more clear. Okay, so you can see that there is just test. Okay, now what I need to do, I'm going to install Tailwind css, so that way we have a like basic design for that. So let me go to the Tailwind documentation, tailwindcss.com, go to the documentation, and you can see that there is an installation step. Just I need to copy this command and install to our React application. So just cancel it. Okay, and install the Tailwind css with the with configuration. Okay, so wait a moment to install Tailwind css. After install, let me go what they say in the next step. Just copy this and go to the with configuration. Just go over and just paste it. Okay, just save it, and here you can see that I need to reload the plugin. Just do like this. Okay, then you can see that this is the import I need to do. So let me go and create new file over here that's called style.css, and just put that file, save it. Okay, And now this file I am going to use in our HTML file. Just paste it like this and just home. Okay, save it. Now let me run again the React application. So make it clear, npm run dev. Okay, and yeah, that's great. Okay, now let me go here and you can see that there is a test, so that means this is working. Okay, now what I'm going to do the next, first of all I'm going to create, let me go to my localhost and php my admin. Okay, and I'm going to create new database over here, and that's called like node underscore import. Okay, and just click on create. Okay, and now let me create one table over here, and that's table called products. Okay, and there will be a 4 column like id, name, price and description. Okay, just create it. Okay, and first I'm going to add id with the integer, and that will be auto increment, and then I'm going to add the name, and name will be varchar, and by default that will be null. Price, that will be integer, and by default that will be null. Okay, and then description. Okay, and that will be a text, that's fine, and by default that will be null as well. Just save it. And invalid length, because I need to 255, that length I need to give, just whatever you are using, MySQL or MongoDB, whatever you can use, but I'm going to use MySQL, and very simple table I have created. You can use the database query if you want, but this is fine. Okay, and now let me create one record over here, that's called like gold, and the price will be like 500. Okay, and just description will be test, and let me create record. So you can see that there is a one record I have created. Let me create another record, and that's called silver. Okay, and that's price is 300, and just test silver. That's good. And click on go and click on the browser. You can see that there is a 2 records I have created on products table. Okay, now what I'm going to do the next, I will create design like table and where display this number of products first. Okay, so now let me go here and yeah, let me remove this and tw table. Okay, so I have just created a custom snippet for like very simple design. Just save it. Okay, and let me remove, instead of class I'm going to do the class name, because this is ReactJS. Just save it. Okay, and now let me go. You can see that there is very basic and simple table and with the create button. Okay, so instead of create, that will be button export letter. Okay, so you can see that export, instead of crude I'm going to add like import export with ReactJS plus node. Yes, save it, and you can see that there is a simple title export button. Okay, and make it some more spacing over here like p10. So yeah, import export with the ReactJS, and you can see that here I don't require. This was very simple and basic design using Tailwind CSS, because and I have created custom snippet from the VS Code editor. Okay, so I don't have to design and taking time. Okay, just remove this column. Yeah, and we have a column like id, name, price and description. Cool, right? And here also I'm going to add new column, so you can see that name, price and description. Now what I'm going to do the next, I'm going to create Node.js application and call the API, and I will display this number of products first over here. Okay, so let me create Node.js project over here. So just mkdir. Okay, and Node backend. Okay, this is the folder, and let me go to that folder and let me clear it. Okay, first of all npm init y, that means it will initialize the package.json file. And now let me npm install express, and I'm going to use the curves, multer, mysql2 and xls. This all the npm package I'm going to install at a time, because we need to use later. So express for node API, and codes for allows the codes request using the middleware, and multer for the file uploading, mysql2 for the database connection, and xls for the import export excel file. Just hit enter to install all the npm dependencies. Yeah, after install, let me go to the VS Code editor, and you can see that there is a new folder called node backend. And now let me go and create new file over here, that's called server.js. Okay, and in this file what I'm going to do, const express require, okay, express, okay, and then I'm going to use course because we that's also I'm going to use. Just save it, okay, and then I'm going to use MySQL. So just I will call MySQL, and that will be MySQL 2, okay. And next what I'm going to do, just I am define another variable for port, because port we are going to use 8000. You can change it if you want 5000, okay. And again I'm going to define app variable from the express like this, okay, and then I'm going to allows the course request as well. So course like this, okay, and then just node port, so that means it will be enable the port like this. And let's run this application, it is running or not, okay. Just let me go and just clear it and node server.js, and you can see that our port is running 8000, okay. Now what I'm going to do, the next I'm going to database connections node MySQL, okay, and you can see that we are going to use MySQL.createConnection method, and in this method you can see that username I'm going to pass database what we have created node underscore import, okay, and password is root, that's fine, okay. Now I'm going to create the first API, okay, and that like API like product API, okay, and app dot post request, okay, and then what I'm going to do, API slash products request and response, okay, something like this, and then db dot query, okay, and query I need to run is select star from products. Let me make it capital, so much better, okay, and then I'm going to just error and rows, okay, something like this, and node error, okay. So that means if there is anything wrong, then it will be return response with the 500, okay, and if everything is fine, then just JSON with all the rows, okay, and just save it, okay. So this is the product API, and now let me restart the Node.js server, okay, and now let me go back to our React front-end application and go to the app.txt. So now what I'm going to do, first I'm going to define the variable that's called products, okay, and set products, okay, and I will use state, and that variable will become the by default empty, okay, and then I'm going to do use effect, okay, and here I'm going to call the Node.js API. So I cannot call without OxyOS to call the API request. So what I need to do, just go to the Node.js React application and npm install OxyOS, okay, and this is the Node.js like plugin, and that's we required to call API, okay. So just npm run dev, okay, run again the Node.js React.js application. Now let me go and I will just call OxyOS dot post request, okay, and then you can see that what was the URL, just copy this, our API URL, and slash API slash products, okay, and then what I'm going to do, dot then, and here's what I'm going to do, just response like this, okay, and just console.log first, okay, res.data, just save it, okay, and now let me go here and keep open inspect, and you can see that I am able to get the all the product like ID, gold, silver, you can see that. So that means we are able to get the products, okay. Now let me go here, and this all product I'm going to set to the product variable products like this, okay, and then here what I'm going to do, just I will call products.map product, and just save it, and now let me go here, and you can see that there is a 2 row over here, okay, and now let me define also key over here, and that's key will be product.id. so it's going to remove this Okay, error. Okay, and now let me go and display the id like this, product.id. Okay, same way I will define the name and price, name, price, and description. Okay, description, save it. And now let me go here, and you can see over here there is a gold, silver, and all the prices over here. So that means our listing is done and working perfectly fine. Okay, now what I need to do the next, if I click on the export, it should be export this number of like rows. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just go here and I will add like on click. Okay, and handle export. Okay, just copy that and let me create new function over here like this. And here what I'm going to do, I will just need to call the one request, and that request call like export Excel file. So before that request I need to create API for it. Just go to the server. Okay, and next I'm going to create like export API. Okay, and app.post. Okay, and that will be /API/export. Okay, and then same way request response. Okay, and then same thing I need to run select start from products, because we are going to pull all the product from the database. Just copy this and paste it over here. Okay, and if anything wrongs, then it returns the 500 error. Okay, but everything is fine. Then what I need to do, just I need to define new variable, that's const. Okay, and that will be worksheet. Okay, and here I'm going to use XLS library. So just I need to define over here, that's called XLS. Okay, and just import from the XLS package. Okay, so now what I need to do, xls.utils.json to sheet. Okay, and I just need to pass all the rows. Okay, like this. Then I need to define another variable, that workbook. Okay, this is the old rules of XLS file that we need to follow. Okay, so now xls.utils.work underscore book underscore new. Okay, and then what I need to do, just xls.utils.book append sheet. Okay, and then workbook, and then I need to pass worksheet. Okay, and then I'm going to pass the title products like this. And after that what I need to do, I just need to pass the path variable over here, like I will just call file path, something like that. Okay, and just I will call ./products.xlx file. Okay, and then what I need to do, just xls.write file. Okay, and then what I need to do, first I need to pass workbook variable, and then I just need to file path. So that means it is going to write this all the JSON into this file. Okay, after that's done, I will go and response will be download directly from the file path. Okay, and file name, second argument we need to pass like product.xls, and then last, after download what should be happen. So after download, this file should be removed from the area. Okay, so just copy this, yeah, something like this. Okay, and after download it should be removed. So what I'm going to do, I can remove the file from fs. Okay, just copy this and paste it, and just over here I'm going to do f, and just I will call unlink synchronize, and there is a file path. So then you mean like this is the response download, and after download it is going to remove the file from the list. Okay, just save it. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, just restart the Node.js server. Okay, go to again over here and just copy this, and it should be not OxyOS, it should be Windows windows.open, okay, because it is directly download, so that's the reason. And just export, and I'm going to do just target underscore blank, something like this. Save it, okay. And now let me go here, and if I click on export, yeah, there is nothing, that's not API. So let me go, maybe there is a problem with the, okay, maybe I need to do the get URL. Just say copy that and just refresh it and click on the export. It's nothing. Again, let me go, what's wrong? Yeah, not getting 8000/API export. There was just, I need to restart the server, so that we forgot. So just restart the server and click, because that's why it's not going to find our API. And just open that file. And now let me go and open this product2 XLS file, and let's see what happened. And you can see that ID, name, price, and description. So this is very good, and simply we have like exported. This is the file with the gold, silver, and the price. So this is working perfectly fine with the export. Now I am going to add a new form over here, where you can choose the XLS file and import all the records. So let me go and create the form. So let me go here, go to our React application, okay, and just I'm going to take another variable that's called const, and that will be a file, and set file, okay, something like this, and use state, and by default that will be null, okay. So then later we will bind with the input, okay. So after this, what I'm going to do, just I will use t file custom snippet, and there will be a very simple form over here, like that's called import file. There will be input, and there will be a submit button. So it is using the Tailwind CSS, so that's why I don't remember all the classes. Just save it and go here, and you can see that very simple design, import file, and there will be input, and there will be a submit button. Even if you don't use the Tailwind CSS, it will work for you, okay. Next, what I need to do, just this variable I need to bind with this input, okay. So how can I do? Just on change, okay, I am going to do e, and that will be like set file e dot target dot files, okay, and that will be just 0, okay. Just save it. So that means when you change the file, it will be set to that file variable, okay. And now I'm going to do one more thing, is on submit to bind the submit event. So just call submit, okay. And now let me create the submit method over here, const submit equal to, and this is the file uploading, so that's the reason I'm going to use a synchronize, okay. And then I'm going to do like this, e dot prevent default, okay, and just save it, okay. After that, I'm not going to check like file is there and all the things. I'm going to just call the API and send to the file for import, okay, because this time we are going to send a real file. So let me go to the Node.js and create API for the import, okay. So just call import API, okay. So before import API, I need to define the where it should be stored. So let me go and just I will create storage variable, okay. In this variable, I'm going to use the Multer to file upload. So let me import over here, that's called Multer, okay, and like this, okay. And then what I need to do, just Multer dot, okay, sorry, Multer and bracket, I just need to pass designation like destination, and destination is uploads folder, okay. So that means we need to create new folder over here called uploads. So let me go and create new folder called uploads. So that means if you are going to upload any XLS file, that will goes to that uploads folder first, and then it will be read, okay. Now let me call post API slash import, okay, and then upload dot single file, okay. So do not upload storage dot, because we have defined the storage name, so that's why single, okay. And this is the file that we are going to send from the ReactJS application, okay. And then after upload, what it happens, okay, just request response like this. So next what I need to do after uploading the file, I can read the file from the uploaded file. Just const variable and work book again, okay, and XLS dot read file. Okay, and how can I read the file? So I will take the request dot file dot the path from the path. Okay, so just save it. Okay, and then I'm going to define another variable that's called sheet. Okay, which sheet, because XLS file has a multiple sheet, so we are going to default read the first sheet. Okay, so how can I do workbook variable dot sheets, and then you can see that in the array workbook again dot sheet names, and by default we are going to take the first sheet, so that means we are going to fetch only first sheet. Okay, and then I'm going to define the data variable. Okay, and then XLS dot utils dot sheet to JSON. Okay, and how can I get this from sheet variable? Okay, so that means it's read the first sheet and get all the data over here. Now what I need to do, just need to define new variable over here called values, and then dot map dot item like this, and here I'm going to define like how can I get this? So item dot name, item dot price, and item dot description. Okay, just save it. So that means I have a values with all the variables, because in the sheet we have a 3 column like name, price, and description. Okay, next what I need to do, I just need to write the db query to insert db query, and that is the first argument. We are going to say insert into products. Okay, name, price, and description. Okay, and I will just call values and question mark. So then I need to just pass the values variable. Okay, like this, and then I'm going to third argument if error. Okay, I will, if anything wrong, then just happen like, first of all what I'm going to do, just remove the file what we does for after download, just copy that and just paste it over here, and then what I'm going to do, just request dot file dot path. Okay, and then node error. So if anything wrongs, then it will be returned with the error message, and if everything is fine, then response.json, and with the message like imported successfully like this. Okay, so you can see that this is very simple basic query. Okay, insert, this is spelling is fine. Okay, save it. So this is the API. Now let me go here and restart the Node.js server like this. Okay, and now let me go back to React.js. Okay, and first of all I'm going to create new variable over here called form data new, and form data like this. Okay, and then form data dot append. Okay, and that file I'm going to append over here, file like this, and then what I'm going to do, it is file uploading, so I'm going to use a wait and oxyos until wait this process is finished. So just post request and then copy this URL, API URL, just paste it over here, and that's called import. Okay, and then second argument I'm going to pass form data, and the third argument I need to pass the headers, and headers will be something like this, like content type. Okay, something like this, and multi-part form data. Okay, if everything is fine, then it will be alert, and that's called imported. Okay, just save it. Okay, and now let's see it's working or not. Just let me go here and let me choose one file over here, and that's called product file, that what we have a demo. Click on submit. It's nothing. Let's see what happened. So let me go here, and there is a problem with the error oxyos, and what is the error? So let me go here. There is nothing over here, and and there is a post method, that's also fine. Then the same thing, I need to restart properly because that's very important. When you create the new API, you need to restart the server. So let me go here, refresh it, okay, and you can see that. Let me go and again send the products.xls and click on it. You can see that imported. If I click on it, you can see that product demo they have added. Let me do it once again. Let me refresh, choose again the file, okay, and products, and if I click on submit, you can see that imported and the third record is added over here. So that means this is very simple and basic import export with the React.js plus Node.js API, okay. So if you like this video, then please share it with your friends, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel for more videos about React and React.js and Node.js application. See you in the next video, guys.